Good evening, my friends, or good morning, depending what time of the day it is in your part of the world. Thank you for joining me tonight for another wonderful live stream. It's our 20th one. Can you believe that? 20 live streams. Sorry, I've just left Lynn scurrying off under the desk there. She had to press all the buttons. I don't know how to do it. So yeah, 20th live stream, isn't that? It's gone quick, hasn't it? Still don't know how any of this stuff works, but no idea. So for those newcomers, we've got another 3,000 subscribers since the last one. So welcome to all the new people that are joining us today. These particular live streams, as you should know by now, they're all about you. I do all these tutorials throughout the month, and the idea of the live stream is anything you've not been able to pick up on or you're not sure of, you can contact me now in real time and ask me a question, and if I can, I'll answer it for you. You know, anything you might not be able to get your head around. Okay. For example, somebody I just had a message off a gentleman called Will Harris. I mentioned Will because he was the first one to ask a question for tonight's. He got in there really early, asking about a song from Quadrophenia, which I've never heard. I'm one. I don't think I've heard it anyway. So I'm going to try and. As Will's asked me, he wants to know what the picking is on it. So I'll do it in real time. I'll get it on my phone, have a listen to it, and see if we can figure it out for Will. Okay. So that's the type of thing this is all about. You know, if there's anything that you're not sure of, then you can ask me. All right. It's as simple as that. Now this is the thing. Those people that donate, they have there's a little thanks button or what do they call it? Let me just see. There's a little $sign, a thanks button. If you donate to the Tea and Coffee Fund, right? You know, this one, the Tea and Coffee Fund, or the like Brian Healy's done. Thanks, Brian. Then it pays for the sweets, and it pays for the tea and coffee while I'm putting all these things together. Because of course, as you know, everything on the site is free. I want to pay a particular thanks to my Patreon members. Thank you very much because they support me during the month by making a donation monthly. And that really does help because it gives me the time to get all this new stuff together, because it takes a little bit of time to put all the paperwork. So thank you for that. Without you folks, then there will be a lot fewer. Let's put it like that. So there we are. If you want to donate to the channel, there's a dollar thing at the bottom. Or if you want something, why don't you buy an album? There's this is the last album I made. It's called. A lot of you have already got it. So it's called Junction 39. So this one came out on CD and download a while ago. It's pretty cool, this one. Nice little package, you see. No, we don't. What is it they say in Jurassic Park? No expense spared. That's the one. Well, it isn't. You know, everything we do, we always try to make it look cool. Doing any crap. All right, so there's that. Now the new album is called Puncture the Moon. That song that you've just heard, or that instrumental that you heard just now, that's from the album. It's a song that or a tune I put together by myself and my brother Al some time ago, and I thought it was time we recorded it because I've always liked the tune, I've always liked the melody. So that's that track. It's a very eclectic album. It's a strange album. It's a very strange album. For those people that have watched my Patreon platform, they'll see that the process of recording particular songs, you know, and trying to get the drummer to do what I want, and you know, great drummer by the way, wonderful drummer. But you know, trying to translate it into drumming language can be quite difficult. But that's one of the tracks. So it's a very eclectic album. So it comes out on vinyl in about a month. I should be getting the test pressings in the next day or two. So I'm going to put something on Patreon when I'm actually checking the test pressings and explain what it is I'm looking for. Lynn and I, we had to borrow a bloody turntable from Lynn's brother. It's an old system, wasn't it?
The whole system.
Yeah, the whole system. It's from how old is it? It's older than you, isn't it?
Oh crap! Yeah.
It's
no,
old.
No.
You know.
He was 18.
Yeah, I mean we got one in the corner there, which is an old Decca one, but it doesn't work. It was a shame because it's like an antique, but you know, at the moment we just use it to put a lamp on. So anyway, I'll let you see how we check the test pressings. Okay, so that's how you can get. It's on download as well. So if you buy the vinyl, you get the download free anyway. So why would you buy the vinyl? Well, you can read all the lyrics. It's a gatefold. It's got beautiful artwork. You know, beautiful artwork. Carmen Jones did all the artwork. You know, my son Sam was a lot of. You know, there's a crossover between a lot of his work and a lot of my work. as those people who know his work and my work will know. All right, so there's little Easter eggs, as they say, within the cover to let you know what those things are. It's good fun, you'll enjoy it. Right, so the super chat questions will be highlighted first. What else have we got? Okay, let's have a look at what we got up to last month, shall we? We did. Let's have a look. Let's have a look what we got here. Someone's dancing. Frank Yule, you're dancing. You know, Colin Knight, love the tune. It's not a bad tune, is it? It's a catchy little bugger. I mean, we wrote it a long time ago, but it's always been in our mind. We got somebody from Italy. Paolo, nice to see you. Nice for joining us. I love it when you get people all over the world. John from Pittsburgh. Devon. Judy from Devon. What else have we got? Teach some Zeppelin. I've done loads of Zeppelin. You know what? I've taught Zeppelin. Nobody bloody well does it. I did Kashmir by Zeppelin. You know, anything I do that people think is hard, they run away from it. Have a look at Kashmir. It's on the site. You need to give your camera lens a polish. Looks all right to me.
That's the one they can see.
Yeah, is it? Yeah. I don't know. Should we polish it? I don't think it is. I think it's me. You know, it's called soft focus. You know. Anyway, well, let's have a look. While Lynn's going to find a cloth, let's have a look at what we've been doing this month. Right. The first thing we did. Let's grab a guitar. Ooh, hang on. I need a strap for this one because, well, all of them, because I'm only a midget and the guitar falls out of shot, so that's why I use the strap. Okay, there she goes. Do you want to give that away? Yeah, so if you see something, yeah, Lynn's going to do it. Here we go. See. Oh, it is better. It is better, isn't it? I think. Or is it me just out of focus? I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Lynn, make sure I don't crack you on the head with this. Right, the first thing we had to go at was we had to look at whenever you're learning a song, especially you beginners out there, you'll know your G's and your C's and your D, but you'll always get in particular songs usually the fourth chord. I call it the fourth chord. For example, when you're playing in C, or a song starts in C, you'll find an F. And I hated F as a kid. I used to whimper when my dad, who taught me to play, he said there's F, and I said, you know, I tried all the easy versions, and there are some good inversions. So, for example, in C, you'd come across an F. If you were playing in D, and you'll know this if you try playing Beatles stuff or anything half decent, you'll find B minors. If you're in A, you'll find F sharp minor. Pretty woman, walking down the street. I mean, you can't play it without the F sharp minor. E, you'll always find a C sharp minor. You can't avoid it, it's there. The only key when you can sort of avoid them is if you're in G, and that's why a lot of guitarists love playing in the key of G. You know, sometimes you'll get a B minor, but quite often you can avoid the dreaded fourth chord. So we looked at that, and the reason I did that lesson is because I want you beginners out there to start getting your heads around playing a couple of bar chords, all right? Now, they're not as difficult as you think once you know how to play them. It's nothing to do with strength. A lot of people think you've got to break your wrist or you have your veins poking out your neck and all this stuff. It's not about that. It's all about technique. Right, you look at some of these young kids, you know, I mean, when I say young kids, I mean like 10 years old, you know, making a show of us all up and down the bloody neck playing bar chords, or some of these brilliant female classical guitarists, you know, who I can think are the best guitar players in the world, incidentally. I really, you know, I mean, that's sincerely, you know, Anne Vidovic, people like that, people who really know how to play. You know, these they're not Russian bodybuilders, you know. And yet they play these bar chords all the time beautifully. So that lesson was all to do with bar chords, and we started off, I'll just give it a quick recap. We started off with like an E major, because all bar chords are based around simple shapes. Okay, E major for example. Okay, then we have an E minor, then we have an E seventh, then we have an E minor seventh, Then we have an E major 7th. Okay, I've referred to these as the 5 faces of chords once for a bit of a laugh. Okay, you'll know what I mean. If you don't, go and watch it, and we're going to do it now. All right. So you know those 5 shapes, those all based around the chord of E, are movable. You can move them up the neck. So if we were to replace those, instead of using fingers 1, 2, and 3, if we replace them with these fingers and keep this one free, you'll see why in a minute. Here's our E major. This is the root note. What does that mean? The bass note. E major, E minor, E 7th, E minor 7th, E major 7th, right? So with that in mind, those 5 bits, if I was to move that E shape up 1 fret and replace this nut here with a finger, that note now is F. So I'm now playing F major, F minor, F 7th, F minor 7th, F major 7th. So I've got, I can do that. The next one, F sharp major, F sharp minor, F sharp 7th, F sharp minor 7th, F sharp major 7th, and so on. And we've got 12 frets on the guitar before everything starts again. So 5, 12, 60. So you've got 60 different chords there that you didn't have 5 minutes ago. Okay, so it's worth knowing. And similarly, why do I mention the E shape? Well, they're the most common ones. A is another one that we use a lot. Pop people, rock people, we tend to use E and A. I'll explain some of the others in a minute. So the A shape, for example, you notice I always play my A like this, not like that. And I do it for a reason, which will become apparent in a minute. So I'll do it like this for a minute. A major, A minor, A 7th, can you see? A minor 7th, and A major 7th. So you would learn them all like this, all right, as written here. Go and have a look at the lesson if you've not seen it. It's probably one of the most important lessons you'll ever do, because without this stuff, you're going to be very limited on what you can play. So if I replace, again, instead of using these 3 fingers, I replace them with these 3. A minor, A 7th, A minor 7th, and A major 7th. All easy shapes. Right, that's A. If I want to make it A sharp, I move it up, because sharp means higher, and I put my bar there. Now this is the bass note. Whenever I'm playing A, or anything to do with A, the 5th string is the root note. We know that when we're tuning our guitar, because it's the note A, isn't it? A major, A minor, A 7th, A minor 7th, A major 7th. So similarly, don't ask me to spell it, if we move it up, that's now A sharp, okay? A sharp minor, A sharp 7th, A sharp minor 7th, A sharp major 7th. If I move it up again from A sharp, B minor. This is why it's important. B minor, B. Where are we? So B major, B minor, and so on. All right, and so on, right the way again up to the 12th fret. 5 shapes, 5 inversions. It's another 60 shapes. You've got 120 shapes there that you didn't have 5 minutes ago. So it's worth doing. So when you come across that nasty 4th chord, and I call it that because it's always, if there is a 4th chord in some of these songs, it's always a bar chord, nearly always. All right, so we did that, which was cool. That's very important, that one. So please have a look at that. The next one we had a look at was I did a song I've always liked as a kid. Was a song called "Never Let Us Slip Away" by Andrew Gold. Great song, beautiful songwriter. Sadly no longer with us, but his music lives on, and it's a great song. And I always loved the riff, and it had that sort of boom, boom, boom. Now I actually put that, I couldn't find that rhythm on the internet, which was quite surprising. I thought somebody would have done it. So my dear brother Al, he duplicated it for me, and I put it with the lesson. I actually put the drum track there, which Al had done for me. So anyone that wanted to learn, you could actually play the drums with it. So there's a link. So as I say, never let us slip away. Have a look at that link, and you'll get the track. You know, I can't sing it in this key, but I'll have a go. It went sort of. going to carry on. No. So anyway, I was just explaining that it was the wrong key.
Oh.
But there we are. Right. So we did that one, which I love. I love that song. Then we had a go at. I did a track some time ago. I did it on Make It Back. Can you pass that 12 string, please? On? Yeah, that one. You know, one with 12 strings on it. We had another look at Wish You Were Here. I was Never Let Her Slip Away. So we just put you sitting on the thing. That's it. So here we did this one. Now I've got a unique way of writing this out, and you can't cock it up, honestly. Everybody messes this up because they don't know where the usually, beginners that is, they don't know where the melodies are and where the rhythm is, and you know it's all incorporated together. But my paperwork, hopefully, because it's written in a non-musical, idiot-proof way, you should be able to get it. So the track, as you know, is. That is a different part, by the way. So we did Wish You Were Here. All the bits, all the lyrics were on it. Okay, so that one's there for those newcomers that may not have seen it. All right, so we had a look at that one. Then we did. What else did we do? We did. We've done the dreaded fourth chord one, haven't we? Then we did Hide Your Love Away, the Beatles. And I cocked that up. You know, I thought I knew it because I played it for years, you know, and one of my, I posted it, some of you may remember, I posted it, and it's bloody strap. And I realised, somebody said, shouldn't that be, you've played a C, Rob, shouldn't it be an F add 9? And I thought, Christ, and they were right, and I completely messed it up. So whoever it was, if any of you listen, whoever it was that told me that, thank you. So I had to take it down because my OCD wouldn't have allowed me to keep it up, you know. So I had to take it down and do it all again. So it was. Let me think how I did it. I can't remember. Here I stand, head in hand, turning my face toward the wall. And what I did, I went like this. Here I stand, head in, and I played a C on that. Head in hand, when it should have been head in. See, you can't tell the difference, and the notes fit with both chords. However, I got it wrong. So thank you to the person that pointed that out. I'm so sorry. I'm not perfect. That's not faulty. Come on, you've heard it. So cheers for that. That's what it is. You make mistakes, don't you? That's what live music's all about. So we did that one, and then we did Nights in White. What does it go? That's it. Nights in White Satin, never reaching the end. Letters I've written, never meaning to send. That one, beautiful song, isn't it? But when you look at songs like that, look at the chords. E minor, D. E minor, D, C, G. I'm going to get the dreaded fourth chord. You know, sometimes it's a fifth chord, but it'll always pop up, you know, in this case an F. Now what sounds nice with an F, if you can't do an F like that, you can always do an F add 9, which is the one that we use in Hide Your Love Away, which sounds great. Never meaning to send, and I love A. Yes, I love you. They're the only other two chords in. Oh, how E minor. But you know, all great songs are written They were very, very simple chord structures. That's always the way, you know. If I was to say, yeah, what's this? See if you recognise this. E minor, C. Two chords. What's one of the Beatles' most famous songs? Another clue. Eleanor Rigby picks up the rice in a church where a wedding has been. Lives in a dream. And then all he did, he took his, because he wrote it on acoustic guitar, of course. Forget about all the strings. He put his little finger on here to make an E minor 7th. He moved it there to make it an E minor 6th, I think it is. First fret to make it an E minor 5th. Who cares? And then took it off. Okay, he wouldn't have known either. He'd have just played it, so that sounds cool. All the lonely people, where do they all come from? All the lonely people, where do they all belong? You should have helped me with that. Two chords, Eleanor Rigby. All right, right. It's time that we had a look at these questions now. So that's what we've been getting up to over the last few weeks. Well, you know, I've been doing tons more stuff. We've been working on a play, haven't we? You know, because see, you might find this unbelievable, but I in my head, I don't consider myself to be a guitar player. I know I play the guitar, but I've always used my guitar playing to write with, to write songs, and because I like lots of different styles of music, I happen to get reasonably good at the different styles of playing, you know. But in my head, I've always enjoyed the writing process more than that. I like playing, but I don't see myself as a guitar player. I use it to write with, okay? And when I say write, I don't just mean pop songs or whatever, which I've done quite a lot of. I made 13 albums now. I'm talking about, you know, theatre shows, musical plays. I love all that sort of stuff. It's great. And I always use the guitar to write the stuff with, you know. So we've been working. We had a show which when did we premiere this one?
2018.
Was it?
2018.
Yeah, sorry, Lindsay. Yeah. It's not. I'm not talking. It's my imaginary friend. Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah. So 2018 was it? Mm. So we did it in 2018, and it was a big success, you know. And we actually had Pete Best in it. Pete Best, for those people that may know, was the fifth Beatle. He was actually in the Beatles when they were in Hamburg and all that sort of stuff. And those that have seen the anthology, and he's a lovely, lovely man, beautiful guy, you know. In fact, the best museum in Liverpool, if ever you're in Liverpool, is the one he runs with his brother Rogue Best, you know. Because Rogue's dad was Neil Aspinall, who ran the Beatles. He was their right-hand man. And of course, when he sadly died, a lot of his memorabilia went to Rogue and Pete. So and of course Pete had a lot of memorabilia of his own. So that their particular museum in Matthew Street is the one I would suggest you all go to. That because it's unique, as is the Casbah Club where they first played their first ever gigs, and we've been round there, haven't we? And it's beautiful, you know. It's fascinating. And Rogue, Pete's brother, was saying, well, that's where they first heard the record being played on that stereogram, and McCartney wrote this on that piano, and you can see carvings where John Lennon was. They painted all the ceilings in there because they used to use it as a little club for kids, you know. It was fantastic. Right, so you went
the light behind you is casting the glare on your lens.
Oh, is it? Which light?
That one?
I don't know. I think it's this here.
No, it's behind you.
Oh, is it? How can it be? Oh, wait, I'll have a look. See.
Right, you keep it.
It's the same.
Oh, is it?
I think it's this. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, whatever. We'll have to leave it. It's just me with me specs. I think it's the light off the computer screen.
Oh.
You know. But anyway, we wrote this play and we premiered it, and we had a UK tour lined up for 2020, and COVID came along and scuppered everything. In fact, we lost two tours, didn't we? We already had a tour going with By the Waters of Liverpool, Helen Forrester play that we'd done, which we went to 17 theatres we were doing with that one, and Lennon's Banjo was going to follow that, and both of them were cancelled. You know, it was a real pain in the arse, or the butt, as you say in America, or whatever it is you're from. So, you know, we we rescheduled it again. You know, COVID went on for years. Theatre industry hasn't really recovered. You know, one of the reasons I got into doing these YouTube things is because I was bored stiff, because there was nothing to do. You know, not thinking for a minute that people would enjoy it as much as they have and follow me, and I'd have all these followers. Now it's great, you know. But you know, that's what it put a sort of a hold on everything. So we've just having looked at the script again. We've been doing some rewriting and, you know, putting it together with a view to touring it again next year. So that's what we've been working on, amongst other things. Right. What's this? Evening. Nice to see you again. I'm back from hospital.
Arnie.
Oh, I had Arnie. Good man. You know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, nice to see you back well again, Art. Good man. Sorry, it doesn't mention you enough to me. What's this? What's this here? Hi, Robert. Sorry, Robert. Doesn't mention you enough for me to know your name. First time on the 9 o'clock live. I suffer badly with arthritic fingers, so I've been using a thumb pick. I wouldn't use a thumb pick. Use your fingers. You know what you do is, yeah. Look, when you try and the more you use your fingers, the less arthritis you'll have. Try doing this. You know, shake your hands. It looks silly, especially if you're standing in a window outside your house, or if, you know. I was doing it once and these kids walked past and I thought, no, I'm not even, can't be asked to explain it. What else have we got? I'm currently working through the Classical Gas Part 2. Any chance of Part 3? Yeah, a lot of people have asked me about Classical Gas Part 3. Where's my guitar? Oh yeah, it's here. Where's my classical guitar? Now, unfortunately, I was about to demonstrate a bit of classical gas.
You think it's the big light?
But I've just, which one? Well, it might be. If you turn it off, then we'll be in the dark. We'll be like orchestral manoeuvres. I've got, this is tuned to an open G. I've been learning, or not learning, I've been teaching this today. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, let's see if we can tune it. Let's think. Where's my tuner? I could do it by ear, but it's fiddling around too long. I'll show you that classical gas bit you're talking about. Being tuned, these you know, you're not really supposed to use a cap on them at all. But Mark Knopfler uses you know, one of those resonator guitars, and I haven't got one. The nearest plonky sound I've got to one of those is this. Part 1, I think. Now this is the bit I think you haven't got. Where's it go? I'll have to learn this again, I've forgotten it. Let's end it. Yeah! Beatle chord at the end. I will do that. Now, with classical gas, there's so many different versions of that. This bit is always the same. You'll always hear this, people, you know, Tommy Emmanuel, all of them, they always do keep this bit, you know, as per the record. But even Mason Williams, the chap that wrote it, when the orchestra comes in, the orchestra does a hell of a lot of work, and when that happens, you'll notice that Mason Williams sort of goes and sort of folds his arm when it goes duh, 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 and all that stuff. And in the chorus as well, the orchestra plays a really big part in keeping the thing moving. And the actual, I don't like if you just play the part without the orchestra, it sounds a bit sparse for me. So when I do the middle bit, I like to put a little bit more percussive stuff in it. So let me think, get my head around it. I like things like that. And on the record it goes like this. I don't like that on the guitar. I like it, but I like a bit of percussive. And then even on this bit, it's just a bit more interesting, I think, when you're only playing on your own. Of course, if you've got the orchestra with you, do it like Mason Williams. Well, the other good thing to do is when you get to bits like a little offbeat. Anyway, it's a great piece of music. It's beautiful. Right, so what else have we got? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. I can't see these things. Let's have a look. So I ran out of space. My question was, I can't control loud and soft. Hang on a minute. Before I go any further, Will Harris contacted us. The first question of the night. Don't forget the ones that if they're not highlighted, I can't see them. If you put a donation or put something into the T fund, it'll go bing and I see it. So a little hint there. And also ask me to play stuff. If there's any you think I might know and you want to hear it, ask me. So look, Will, I've got my phone here because I don't know the song. I'm going to just see if I can do it. It's called, what is it? I'm One. So I'm going to go onto let's do it in real time here, shall we? Where are we? I'm One. The Who. He said quadrophenia. That'll be it, won't it? The Who. So. I'm assuming that's it, Will. Every year is the same. So let's do it again. So Will wanted to know what the pick was. That was the question. Now I already know from my ears. No, let's assume that you didn't know what you were doing, right? I need to find out what key that's in. So I'm gonna. This is how I work stuff out. So. Boom. Can you hear that? Boom. It's bass note. Boom, boom, boom. Keep that note in my head. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that fits. What note is that? Well, lo and behold, it's a G. Didn't I tell you before that people like using G? So I know it's G. So it's G, and it's G major, I can tell, because it sounds positive and uplifting. It doesn't sound like this. Like a minor. So I know it's G major. But what inversion of G? Okay? Because there's stuff going on. Let's have another listen. So he's going D. I can hear that note D. Boom da. Boom da. So I've got to find that note. Now if I play G like this. Da, can't hear that note there. If I play the G, which other G? There's a few G's I could do. If I play the G like that, ooh, there it is. There's the G. So he's playing that note and that note. However, there's more going on, and all my fingers are locked in. So I'm not going to be able to play any of the other bits if all my fingers are like that. So let's have another listen. Diddle. So I know, I can just tell from experience. Those two notes are playing as well while the G's in place. So you've got like. Now how do we do that whilst still keeping the shape? Well, we have to modify what we're doing, don't we? So our G would be like, instead of it being down there, we're going to play our, I can't hear the first string being played. So this little finger will go on the second string there. And I can hear the bass pattern. So the bass goes boom, dum, boom, dum, boom, 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 boom. It's Travis picking, isn't it? So. And then I can hear. So that's it, I think, isn't it? Oh. Bit buzzy because I've got to get used to it. So if I play this now, see if we can turn it up a bit on this. I'm only on a phone here. Oh. Okay. So what he's doing is he's playing a well, I can't go into detail now, but I'll give you an idea. You've got your G like this, okay. Keep these third finger there, little finger down here on the second string, not the first, okay. We're not worrying about the fifth because we're not going to play it, okay. And these two are free to hop on the second string of the first fret and the third string there, okay. A little bit fiddly, but you get used to it. While they go on, this one will come off. That's the important bit. So we've got 6, 4 and 2 together. 6, 3, 4. Okay, 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4. Bum da da ba dum. Okay, you can always review this video when I finish because you can keep it up. So you know if you want to learn how to do it. So there we are. 6, 4 and 2, 6, 3, 4. This little finger will come off now, and these two you'll play a 5 and you'll play a 6 and a 2. Sorry, and this will hammer on. These two will hammer on. 4, 3, 6, 2, 4. Do that again. 4 and 2, 6 and 2 together with a hammer on the second. 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, and then start again. So the important thing is to make sure you do that, okay? Boom, ding, ding. But look what the thumb's doing. That's your basic Travis pick, alright? So I hope that's helped you out there, Will. So that was a free one. I use this here. Oh, Roundabout. I've done that one. We were listening to that today, weren't we?
It's the first record we listened on the hi-fi.
We just set a hi-fi up downstairs I was telling you about because I've got to check these test pressings of my new album.
That's the first one.
And the first album we put on to check the stereo was working properly and all that was it Yes Songs? Fragile.
The album.
Yeah. Now I have done a Roundabout and I can't remember it. In fact, I've done Mood for a Day. I played that. In fact, if you look on my site, it's one of the ones that has been least watched, isn't it? In fact, I think it's probably the least watched. That one, and
one.
Yeah, it's one of the old ones. But I did Mood for a Day. Thanks, Steve Howe's great, you know. I like, but I think Mood for a Day was his best solo piece. He did the other. What was the other one he did? The clap, which was good. But I think I'm more into the melody of the other one. So I do like him. But Roundabout, yeah, it's a good one. I'll have a listen to it. It's a good choice, and thank you for the donation, mate. I appreciate that. What else have we got? Just run down. Yeah, can you? Probably I've learned lost. Thank you.
Some here as well.
Let's have a look. What else we got? It's Summer Breeze. Can I? Don't think I've got the voice for that one. Can you do a tutorial on Maggie May? Is that Rod Stewart, Maggie May? What is my?
There's a few questions there.
I got it. What? Wake up! Yeah, I ain't got Rod Stewart's voice. Wake up! Is it Frozen? It'll be Frozen. Yeah, you're not the lead. Right, I think if you're still there, folks, bear with me. I think the it's all right. That was Lynn said shit. Then I think the thing's gone off. Bear with us. It'll come on again in a minute. Well, wake up, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September and I really should be back at school. I think that's it, isn't it? I don't know whether this is working or whether it's gone off. I don't know. I don't know. Let's have a look what's going on here. Oh.
Let me just try something else.
Maybe just the Is it working? Do us a favour, folks, if you can still hear me. Sound but no vision. Okay, good. You know, we might get Lynn's busily. She's pecking away frantically.
Hold on, it will go.
Yeah. if her finger was backing over there like a woodpecker's head. Are we going? Are we going? Can you see? Can you see now? Is everything working? I'm waiting for somebody to say on here. Speak to me, folks. Speak to me. Tell me I'm back. Good. Could you hear what we were saying? Well, yeah. Could you hear what we were saying when it went off? Because if you could, I'm embarrassed because Lynn smashed into one of my guitars and swore. For fuck's sake. Mind the lead. You keep kicking into it. You're nervous wreck. I forgot what I was talking about now. Fucking hell. You help me swearing. You never swear me. Alright, come on, let's have a look at what we've got. I'm tempted to eat a boiled sweet. Let's have a look. What was I talking about? I can't remember now. Still here. Good. You're back, sorted. Here we go. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. You know, it's live, isn't it? This is the whole point. You know, you want to be at a live gig when everything goes off. I was at the Empire once in front of 2,500 people doing a bloody... doing a show. And the drummer moved back. All the music stands were there too, because we had to cue ourselves to the bloody, you know, we were like gauzed off so the audience couldn't see us. But the drummer sat back on his stool and turned all the power off on the stage. You know, that was fun. For the Fennah Yacht and Beer Fund. There we go. There we go. We're going back up. Hold on.
Yep.
Right, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Frank's donated to the Rob Fennah and Lynn McDermott, you know, the Lynn McDermott Rob Fennah Tea Fund, which reminds me.
Yes.
Right, go on, shout out. What have we got?
Well, this is from ages ago.
Okay, let's have a look. Okay, how do you get that beautiful strumming tone? When I strum, it sounds tinny. Strumming's difficult. It's all about the pleck. And you know, say believe it or not, I'm a left-handed guy. Everything I do is left-handed except play guitar, and I only ever do that because my dad put a guitar in my hands that way because he was right-handed. And I say that, but I write right-handed as well because my dad, again, being a traditionalist, he wanted me to write with my right hand, so I do, and I'm glad he did. But I'm left-handed in everything else. Sport, if I'm in a studio shaking a tambourine or somebody throws something to me, it's all left. And I can't strum with my left hand. I've tried. You know, it's really, it just sounds horrible. So it's just a matter of getting. What I should strongly recommend, on a serious note, if you're playing with a record, just mute the strings off and just get used to strumming, because the strumming hand very rarely it never gets enough practice, because we're always doing this, looking at the left hand, and every time we cock up with the left hand, this one stops, so it never gets a chance to do what it's supposed to do. Same with picking. You know, if you don't, unless it gets a chance to practice, it's never going to be any good. So when you're listening to your favourite record, whatever it is, So somebody said, can you do Rod Stewart? What was it, Maggie May? Well, I don't know, but I can still practice the strumming. Wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. It's late September. You know, you just treat your strumming on like a tambourine. You know, block the strings, and whatever it is you're playing, you know, just strum along. And when you do finally get to know the left hand, this hand has had a lot of practice. Okay, do that, and you can practice that without annoying anyone. All right, it's very important. Have a look at my have a look at some of those. I did 8 masterclasses. I'm going to repeat them actually on a Wednesday because I've got so many more subscribers that I've never seen them. Because a lot of this stuff I put up, I hardly had any subscribers. Like I said to you earlier, I didn't think it was going to be successful. I just did these things because I was bored shitless, you know, I had nothing to do. So, and I didn't have a fancy mic. I still haven't, you know, everything you see, when you watch those tutorials, I record them all on a phone. I don't have any fancy gear like you see with Rick Beato and microphone. I have that, and it's one take, and if I make a mistake, that's what happens. It's just the way it is, because that's what live is, and people have to understand that. People start panicking, it's got to be perfect. Well, nothing's ever perfect, you know. All we do as professionals is we look the audience in the eye as if to say, what, me make a mistake? You're joking, aren't you? It must be your ears, can't possibly be us. That's how you do it. Or you look at the guy next to you if you're in a band, give him a dirty look at they'll think it's him. That's the way it is, the politics of being in a group. I'm looking forward to Spinal Tap, by the way, which is out in September. It's going to be great. I hope it's going to be great. I hope it's not shit. I hope it's not going to be. I hope it's. You know, because it's got a lot to live up to. Please don't cock it up. Cheers, Will. Thank you. That Will Harris. That is. Will, when you're looking at the review the video again, and if you review it, you'll get that pick, and you'll notice it's all the way through. Don't forget these rock guys. You know, they made a lot of noise with an electric guitar, but you put an acoustic guitar in their hands, and they're not that good at them. They're very basic, all right? So there's nothing you won't be able to do, all right? Let's have a look. What else have we got? Right, I need some more questions. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short. It's going to be a very short thing tonight. Where are we? What time is it now? Oh, hang on a minute. We started. What time did we start? 9 o'clock. Let's have a look at what else we've got here. There we go. That sounds a bit like a Donovan riff. Well, yeah, Donovan was exactly everything Donovan did. You know, Donovan, Dylan, they all did the same thing. You know. One of Donovan's ones I like. This is one you should all learn. I'll use a capo. It just makes it a little bit more sparkly. This is the song or the instrumental I always teach people. The very first thing to get your Travis picking going. It's called Tangerine Puppet, and it's by Donovan. Beautiful little tune. 3 chords. Tangerine Puppet by Donovan. Donovan did some great songs, great songs. That's it. I'm just mad about Saffron. Saffron's mad about me. I'm just mad about Saffron. She's just mad about me. They call me Mellow Yellow. They call me Mellow Yellow. A great song. I love all that. Mickey Most. Mickey Most is a very famous, or he was, he's another one sadly no longer with it, famous English record producer. He used to have a company called Rack Records, and I was working in that studio. It's funny, we were in the studio, and in the next room was Cozy Powell and the drummer, you know, and Mickey Most was there, and we were there quite late on. We were doing, I can't remember what we were doing now, but we were mixing something, and they had a big kitchen in there, and Mickey came in, and he said, does anyone want a spaghetti bolognese? And I was only about 18, and we'd never had spaghetti then. We didn't know what it was. The only spaghetti we had here in Britain, in Liverpool, was in a tin, you know, as you'll all know, for those people. So very first time whenever I eat spaghetti bolognese, I always think of Mickey Most. He was a great producer. He produced Hot Chocolates. He did a lot of work with Suzi Quatro, and Donovan, of course, he did that. And he produced for all our friends in America, House of the Rising Sun with the Animals. You know, the story, and it's a true story. He went in with the Animals to record one song, which was House of the Rising Sun, and they just knocked it off straight away and carried on and made the rest of the album, and it was a smash hit all over the world, #1 all over the world, and that's what made him his first million, if you like, and got him off to a flying start. But he used to have this huge motorcycle outside the studio, and if ever he was, I always remember being told that if ever something was getting down, he couldn't figure something out, he'd get on his bike and just disappear for a day or two until he got it figured out, and then he'd come back and do it, you know. But he was a great guy, brilliant producer. Can you tell us about how your online lessons go? What does that mean? I'm not miles from you, but not close enough to... Well, they're like I do now. I mean, if I was doing an online lesson now, the screen would be nicer. It would be bigger. You'd see what I'm doing. I'd be talking to you. You'd be there. I'd be like Zoom. I always use Zoom. And it's great. I do lessons from Australia and for all over America. You know, it works perfectly. Better picture than it is now, because when we're doing it live stream, it's different. When we're doing it with Zoom, it's a different format, and so it's much more in tune to what we're doing. What else have we got? Alone again. Oh, what's that? Alone again. What does that mean?
It's not
Oh, bye.
Do
you mean who was asking? ASW.
Yeah, and
Alone again. Oh, which one's that?
Is that Alone Again?
Do you mean Alone Again Naturally by Gilbert O'Sullivan? Are you talking about that one? You tell me, give us a bit more idea. What's the trick to singing and playing at the same time? That's a good question. The trick is don't start singing until you know what you're playing. Okay, you've got to make sure that your foundation, you know, which will be rigid, you know, so your rhythm, you know, we were talking before, you know, so say we were doing Maggie May, sorry then, I took your head off there. Wake up, ma, ba, ba, da, 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 da. You'll notice that the rhythm of the lyric, it doesn't go da 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 da. It's sporadic and it runs at different, you know, still in time. Da da ba 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 ba. So you've got to get used to what's going on, and the best way to do that is to really hone in, get one thing right first. Think of layers of information. Don't try and do it all at the same time. Layer one, learn the rhythm of the piece, play along to the record of the tune that you're trying to do. Get that going. Once you've got that, put the guitar down and learn the song. Don't try and play the guitar with the song yet. Learn one thing, then learn the lyric. Make sure you know the words. Get the lyric in your head so you know where the phrasing and all the bits go. And then when you've got that going, you've got those two layers, then we try and put them together. And you'll notice that if you don't know the words to the song, you'll never be able to sing it. I'm not a fan. I know a lot of people do it, but you know the way they have like a little, you know, an iPad or something on stage. Well, let's go. I suppose, you know, if you get away with it, then great. But in my day, you couldn't do that. Well, we didn't have them anyway. But you find that I find it quite restrictive and quite scary, really, because if anything went wrong with it, you're stuck. So you've got to carry as much of all the information in your head, and you will notice if you do it that way, you've learnt the lyric to the song, then you will it will remind you of the chord that it's associated with that particular lyric. Give us a song I'm going to describe.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening.
I was watching
Great.
news.
Okay, so say we were looking at Wake Up Maggie. I think I've got to go something.
Can you just pass your phone
Jesus
to me,
Christ.
please? I need to know.
Oh, yeah, sorry. She just wants to make a phone call now.
I want to know
Yeah.
what alone again.
Wake up, wake up. So wake up, wake up. Wake up. Think I. What is it? What? Shit, I can't remember the song. Ah, I'm in the wrong key. Wake up. Think I. Say. So, for example, wake. Think. Say. Late. Really. Back at. And that's how you do it, okay? That type of thing.
That's what it was.
Bit crude. What is it?
It's by Arthur Lee. Alone Again.
I don't know. Should we have a listen?
Go on. That's on.
So you want to start a business. You might think you need a team of people and fancy tech skills.
Get lost.
But you don't. You just need GoDaddy Arrow.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Goggins and as an actor.
That's stuffed. So it's D. So I noticed that you got. Like that, isn't it? Yeah, that. So I recognise the D. Yeah, we could do it. I mean, it's nothing overly complicated with it. It just needs a bit of listening to, because I've never heard that before in my life. But I like it though. It's quite cool, isn't it? Okay, so that's called Alone Again. So Alone Again, or is that the name of it? Alone Again, or yeah. Oh well, I'll have a listen to that one. I'll work it. I'll have a go. See if I can have a go at it. What else have we got? Hiya Beth. Nice to see you, Beth. Hope all's well. Beth's one of my wonderful American students. The good old USA across the pond, don't you know? Right, let's have a look here. Right, Arnie. John Anderson. Went to school. Oh, did you? Did he have a high voice then? Yeah, he's great, John Anderson. He's done some really good stuff. And did I get around to listening to... No, I didn't. I didn't, Arnie. Leo Cole, but I will do, mate. I promise you, I will have a go. I'll get around to it. Brian, we've got beautiful sounding classical guitar. Tell me the brand and model.
Before, just
Do you want? Can you grab it for us? Look. Try not to just smash the room up on the way back. You know. This one is. It's called. Yeah, let's get rid of this. This thing, by the way, a lot of people ask about this. It's a little sticky on rubbery thing, which it saves you putting your foot on the stool. See that? You just stick it. I stuck it to my head once and I had a big mark there for about a week. One of the kids was in. I was trying to be clever. Christ, look what I've just done. Fucking hell. It's getting late here. Jesus Christ. God forgive me. Yeah. Forgive me. You know, yeah, anyway, I've been playing guitar for, 40 years. Yeah, you know, it's quite simple, when you know what I'm saying. For fuck's sake. Anyway, I've come back, Lynn. Everything's fine. Everything's normal. Laughing at that. I forgot, what was the bloody question? I've forgotten. Oh, what the make was. It is that. Can you see? It's a Manuel Raimundo. That's what it is. Emmanuel Raymundo. Okay. I actually swapped this. One of my mates. He was a bit. He was. I don't know. He was trying to get a house or something, and he needed some money. And he had a Gibson Firebird guitar. It was a nice guitar, but it wasn't my style. It was, you know, angular one. But I bought it off him to do him a favour. And I ended up taking it to a place in Manchester called Sound Control. It's gone now, but I swapped it for this, you know, about, oh Christ, it was about 20 years ago now. But it's beautiful. I love playing this guitar. You can do a tune it up. What's this we got? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Let's have a look. So we go. Hi Rob, you've an inspiration to my Bob. Oh, that's nice. He's been playing for Friends of Only for 30 years, and this week he finally did his first open mic. Well done, Bob. Get in there, my friend. He was brilliant. Thanks for being so accessible. You're welcome. You're welcome. You know, that's what it's all about. It's fun, isn't it? Even if we don't play the guitar the wrong way around sometimes, you know. You know, Junk by Paul McCartney. So who wants that? I'll tell you what, that is a beautiful.
That wasn't me.
You know, and I can't sing all the way. I can sort of play a bit of it. Bicycles for two. What's the next word? Da 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 ba da dee. Then where does it go? What says the sun in the shop window? What is the jug in the yard? Beautiful. I think that's one of his most beautiful. One of his most beautiful songs.
I just hope that this one.
Jesus Christ! I'll have to stop swearing here.
That's the way my wife thinks I should play.
I don't know, what else have we got? Have we got anything else? Do my favourite Enemies and Friends. That's one of my songs. That, you know, the sun goes down, the world goes round. So it starts again. I can't remember what key is it in. Help me then. Red flag, blue flag, uniform pristine. Lie together in a field on one screen, but they're all so proud. Won't back down. She wants coffee, he wants lemon tea. Disagree, but they're all so proud. They won't back down. The sun goes down, the world goes round, and so it starts again. The sun goes down, the world goes round, and so it starts again. No compromise with enemies and friends. Enemies and Friends. I like that one. I like that one. I like the tune, even though we did do it ourselves. I do actually like that one. Do you remember Wing? What's that? Importer of the Rickenbacker and Wing Higher. Well, the 70s. I mean, my career started not in the very early 70s, because it started. I left school in '65.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. Sorry, this popped me off. This thing here. How do we get rid of that?
Clicker.
Yeah. So I pressed the button. Oh.
Now what have you done?
Press that button.
Yeah. Close that.
Yeah. Here we go. Sorry, I'm fucking.
Just leave that alone.
Well, yeah. See, I can't do anything. I've been told off now. Yeah. You know, this is the chaotic life I live. You know, I'm gonna have a sweet. Come on. You know, do us a favour. I'll probably end up choking in a minute. Anyway, thank you for the sweet. I haven't got an abscess, I'm just put it in my thing. Yeah, so at the 70s, I started around 75 doing gigs in cabaret clubs with my little band when we were in when we were still at school, you know. So you know, I was only 16, 15 or whatever. So I wasn't that familiar with the business side in the early 70s, you know. But it was later on. Got to know it later on. By the way, people comment on this. I thought I'd mention it because I've had a few of my friends from Japan. You know, we had a lot of hits in Japan. We had 5 big top 5 records. We had number 1, number 2, number 3, and we were never outside the top 6. You know, over there. We had some really big ones. And this stuff here, can you see it? Now, all my Japanese friends, if they're watching, they will smile when they see this, especially if I do that. Okay, they will laugh their bloody head off because Twiggy, remember the model Twiggy, all the top artists who had big hits over there. And don't forget that Japan is a big market. I know people sort of smile when they say big in Japan. It's the 2nd biggest record market in the world outside America. Remember that, you know. And those places like the Budokan that the Beatles played in, you know, when they got into trouble for playing at that martial arts thing. Well, we played there as well. We headlined there twice in a day. That's how big we were over there, you know. So it was we were there in 77 or whatever. So we did this TV commercial. Twiggy had done it, and all the top artists did it, and we did it, and we had to do this. I'd written a song called "Dance with Me" with my mate Pete Lay, and we had to do this stupid dance. But it was worth a lot of money. It was about $100,000 at the time, which was a lot of money. We didn't get all that, of course not. Somebody else got it, but I think I was able to buy that second-hand Hillman Avenger when I got home, you know, with what I got out of it. But it always this was the product that we were selling, Choco Flake, and our song was "Come On Dance with Choco Flake." Now, if you go on YouTube, that advert will pop up. If you put Buster Choco Flake, and you'll see me dancing with this stuff. It's embarrassing, but you know, well, yeah, if you have to sell out, you sell out, don't you? And we did. What else have we got? Steve Foster, thank you, Steve, and thank you to where are we? To Vic. Well, you're welcome, Vic. There's sweets going here. Have you heard the acoustic version of "While My Guitar Gently?" Yeah, George Allen. He did it like this. It's a beautiful track. I think I prefer the acoustic version. Now he plays it when he plays it. Who's asking that question? Jeffrey. He plays it up. I think he plays it up there, but I like it here. You know. At you all, see the love there that's sleeping, while my guitar gently with every mistake we were surely be learning. Still my guitar. That bar chord, isn't it? So there we are, there's the horrible 4th chord once you get to a different key. How to unfold your love. Get into the rocky bit. What else have we got? Said that. Nice. Buy a guitar with strings front and back on it. I know. It's sad, isn't it? Let's have a look what else we got. Planet Noodle. Can you show me the picking methods on Sultans of Swing? And he sort of. It's weird with that. He's because there's he's got his rhythm guitarist playing. Mark Knopfler's bit sort of. Oh. You get it here and he plays this half chord. You know, we ever talked to you before about bar chords that are movable. Well, Knopfler, he just takes pieces of those chords because they're quite. Nobody would do it like that with a full G shape. So he goes. And he sort of, with the while the rhythm guitars are playing, he's just doing his little twiddly diddly, little fiddly bits in there, which are great. We could do a lesson on that at some point, but what else have we got? Where are we? I can control. What's this one?
I can't control. This is a while ago.
This is for the plaque, the strumming.
Yeah, he's got arthritis. So.
Yeah, I wouldn't use a thumb pick. And the worst thing to do is to use a thumb pick, because what happens is if you use a thumb pick, then unless you've got long fingernails, all you're going to hear is the thumb, the bass notes. I can't grow my fingernails. I've tried; it don't work. I've tried using false ones, and got laughed at. But I didn't know. Seriously, they just fall off. Yeah, I think. Well, if you're going to use a thumb pick, make sure it's not. Don't have it too heavy, because otherwise it can. It's like a barb. I can't use them. I've tried it. I just can't do it. Right, where are we now? Although I'm a massive fan, I must agree with you. What's
Eric
that?
Clapton.
Oh, Eric Clapton.
To do with it's Jeffrey again. To do with gently, like a guitar gently.
He didn't do it. George Harrison. Oh, yeah, the Eric Clapton fan. Yeah, Eric Clapton. Well, of course he invited to go and play on it. He made that record. I thought he was great on that song. It's brilliant what he did. Right, have we got any more questions, folks? If we haven't, then I'm going to get off. I'm going to have some cheese on toast or something, shall we? Before we go to bed.
You can.
Have you ever played any unusual guitars, like a 7-inch? No. I don't see the point of them, to be honest. It's bad enough with 6. I mean, I don't see the point. I mean, I'm sure somebody knows how to do it, but I've not. I'm they weren't. I never saw any 7-string guitars, until quite recently. I mean, and if you buy one when you've never played before, then you're daft, because you've got to learn to play a 6-string one first, and then see how you get on with that. But I've no doubt there's uses. Okay, I think a lot of rock bands might use them. What else have we got? Right, before we finish, I want to thank you all for coming along to see us today. It's been fun, hasn't it? Hey, been ridiculed. The next live stream is on. The event is on the Saturday, the 27th of September. Now, why is it not on the 1st of the month? Because we've got some studio work we're doing. We're going into the studio to work on some more stuff with another singer, actually. Songs that I've written. It's funny because we've recorded various instruments in different parts of the country with some great players, great musicians, and I'm going to go in and we're going to put them all in. Now I'm going to film what we're doing before we go in, as prep it, so you can see what we do. This is for Patreon, so if you want to follow that, you might find it interesting. See how well you can pull all this together. Got a great bass player called Lawrence Cottle. Anyone in the music industry that knows about bass guitar will know who Lawrence Cottle is. He's a wonderful, wonderful bassist. I've known him for a long, long time. Played on a couple of our albums. What's the name of the drummer we're using? You remember?
It was Darren.
Darren, yeah. Can't remember his surname. Only worked with Darren on this particular one. I only know him as Darren, but great players, both great jazz players as well. So they know what they're doing. So we're going to be putting all that together. What's your favourite Beatles song to play? I like loads. I mean, you've heard me playing Blackbird, and depends what guitar I'm on. But I like anything by the Beatles is great. What's the best pick to start with? A 0.73 pick. They're the ones to get. See that? 0.73. Nothing too. It's got to be like Goldilocks porridge. It's got to be not too heavy, not too light. Just right. It's a good way of putting it. Don't know what that means. Is there a difference on page 5 of your barcode chords? Is there?
Is it too different? Something? I don't know what that means.
Are there two different C-sharp minors on page 5? Where's the barcode thing? Oh, maybe I've made a mistake. Where is it? Is it down? Yeah, I'll pass that thing, please. Let's have a quick look. See the one on the floor there? It's got with the bar shapes on it. Yeah. That's it. Bear with me. Let's have a look. I think it's on here. Right, so what have we got? C sharp minor. What is it?
Well, there's the two different on page 5 of your.
Oh, I see. Ah, it should be, yeah, sorry. I put 2 C sharp minors. Thank you for pointing that. Another one. Made a fool of me again. See there, you're right. See there, C sharp minor and C sharp minor. One of them should be C sharp 7th.
Peter,
Okay.
Peter, sir.
I'm sorry about that. Thanks for pointing that out, Pete. I shall correct that forthwith. There's a good word. You know, I'm glad people see. What I like about that is people are actually paying attention. I'll do that now. Where's that thing I've got? Oh, bear with me. So we've got. Let's have a look. Let's make sure I haven't cocked it up. Ah, hold on a minute. No, I haven't. What I'm trying, all I was doing is, it's the same chord, but these are little practice routines, and you know, as practice routines, you'll come across the same chord. So, for example, if you look at, we've got. That was the first one. The second one was G, B minor 7th, A minor 7th, D 7th. The third one down was E major 7th, C sharp minor, D, and then B minor 7th. And then the other one, the last one was an A major 7th, played like this, then a C sharp minor, then a G major 7th, and then a B minor. Now they were just exercises. So yes, they are the same chord, but they are used in different sequences. So I can put this back into the drawer. Yeah, it was what I was doing is each of those is just a different set of bar chords for you to practice, you know, just to get your hands moving around the neck and to get you familiar with where they actually live. You know, it's worth doing it. One of the first things, let me just show you before we go. Can you put that in there? Thank you. For example, you know, I first learned my bar chords playing mainly the E shape, playing a song talking about Beatles, Nowhere Man. Okay, because it's sort of, it's played like, he's a real nowhere man, singing his nowhere land, making all his nowhere plans for nobody. Now what I did was I transposed them so they were all bar chords. I did it deliberately to practice. So instead of, there's the E, he's a real, to a B, to the nowhere man, to an A here, sitting in his, to an E, nowhere land, to an F sharp minor, making all his, to an A minor, nowhere plans for nobody, and then the chorus, nowhere man, I don't know the word. So I used bar chords all the time just to get my hand moving around the neck, and that was the song that I used to get to do that, you know, and I strongly recommend that you should do the same. Hi Casey, hope your mum's all right, my friend. I hope your mum's all right and out of hossy. I'll see you on Sunday, Casey.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. I'm around tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Casey, by the way, is one of my wonderful students from the other side of the pond, the good old USA. So I'll look forward to that for tomorrow. Right, what else is there? Would you like to? Is there anything else that we need to say? Anybody we've missed? Anybody we've missed? Remember this. Remember the albums, folks. There's the links onto these things, so you can get an album or get a bit of vinyl or whatever. Or come and see us. Join Patreon or whatever it is. And for those people, a lot of you who've written to me via Bandzoogle, my thing.
Well, it's robfennah.com.
robfennah.com. If you I'll get back to you this week. So don't think I will answer everything. If you write to me, I will always get back to you. I promise you. It's just sometimes if I'm tied up, it'll take a day or two, but I will do it. And join me. What's if on the robfennah.com? It's the mail. If you join the mailing list, you join the mailing list on robfennah.com because anything new coming up or anything I've got to share with you, then that's how you contact with me. You can speak to me directly. Okay, so robfennah.com. Talk to me directly, and I'll always get back to you. Right? Do you? What's that? Led Zepp songs? Yeah. Well, one of the ones I like is well, I did the obvious one. I've done the obvious Stairway to Heaven. It's beautiful, and I've done Kashmir. But one of the ones I would like to do is Go Into California, which is it's a nice acoustic. Again, guess what key? It's that same. It's that type of thing. I love all that stuff. Saw her no friend in the town, called her name, she turned around, but she walked on by. Shattering my jubilation, she hurried off into the station. Now I know why. It's another story, that one. Yeah. Right. Just slobbered all the way down my front. Right, time to love you and leave you. Thank you very much for your time today, folks. Remember, if you want to contact me, robfennah.com. Should we come here by me so we can say goodbye together? No, stand here with me. Don't be shy. Lynn, the magic button presser. All right, so listen, Lynn's going to, as always, tell me how to turn this off. What do we do?
Well, you've mucked it up from before, so...
Oh, so it's my fault, is it?
I shall come down here.
Here we go. Santa's little helper.
So you can.
Well, I want to say goodbye first before we just press the button.
Go on then.
Right, goodbye.
Oh.
Yeah, well, you've got to do it. I'll press this, right?
No, stop. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
And the other one.
Okay, so we'll see you next time. This one first, then that one.